That's right. Don't forget to like, comment. Bienvenue and welcome to Reading with Nyla. And we have Luce here with us today to read. Today we'll be continuing our story, Colors of the Bible. And the color we'll be talking about today is brown lambs. But before we begin, let's get some disclaimers out the way about the book. I am the author, and this is my book. Rights reserved. No part of this publication may be reproduced, stored, transmitted in any other form, means, electronically, mechanically, photocopying, recording, scanning, or otherwise without the written permission from the publisher. It is illegal to copy this book, post it to a website, or distribute it by any other means without permission or the video. Thank you. The colors of the Bible, or colors that were in the Bible. We've already learned about the red stew with Jacob and Esau. We read about the green pastures, Psalms 23:2. And then we read about the blue robe, which was the priestly garments. Today we'll be learning about brown lambs. Are you ready to read? Let's begin. Genesis 30, starting at the 25th verse. Jacob's agreement with Laban. Remember we talked about Jacob and Esau? So now this is Jacob all grown up. 25. And it came to pass when Rachel had borne Joseph that Jacob said to Laban, "Send me away that I may go to my own place and to my country." 26. Give me my wives and my children for whom I have served you, and let me go, for you know my service which I have done for you. 27. And Laban said to him, "Please stay if I have found favor in your eyes, for I have learned by experience that the Lord has blessed me for your sake." 28. Then he said, "Name me your wages, and I will give it." 29. So Jacob said to him, "You know how I have served you, and how your livestock has been with me." 30. For what you had before I came was little, and it has increased to a great amount. The Lord has blessed you since my coming. And now when shall I also provide for my own house? 31. So he said, "What shall I give you?" And Jacob said, "You shall not give me anything if you will do this thing for me. I will again feed and keep your flocks." 32. Let me pass through all your flock today, removing from there all the speckled and spotted sheep and all the brown ones among the lambs, and the spotted and the speckled among the goats, and these shall be my wages. We have brown lambs. 33. So my righteousness will answer for me in time to come. When the subject of my wages come before you, every one that is not speckled and spotted among the goats and brown among the lambs will be considered stolen, if it is with me. 34. And Laban said, "Oh, that it were according to your word." 35. So he removed that day the male goats that were speckled and spotted, all the female goats that were speckled and spotted, every one that had some white in it, and all the brown ones among the lambs, and gave them into the hands of his sons. 36. Then he put 3 days' journey between himself and Jacob fed the rest of Laban's flocks. 37. Now Jacob took for himself rods of green poplar and of the almond and chestnut trees, peeled white stripes in them, and exposed the white which was in the rod. 38. And the rods which he had peeled, he set before the flocks in the gutters, in the watering troughs where the flocks came to drink, so that they could conceive when they came to drink. 39. So the flock conceived before the rods, and the flocks brought forth streaks, speckled and spotted. 40. Then Jacob separated the lambs and made the flocks face towards the streaked, and all the brown in the flock of Laban. But he put his own flocks by themselves, and did not put them with Laban's flock. 41. And it came to pass, whenever the stronger livestock conceived, that Jacob placed the rods before the eyes of the livestock in the gutters, that they might conceive among the rods. 42. But when the flocks were feeble, he did not put them in. So the feebler were Laban's, and the stronger Jacob's. 43. Thus the men became exceedingly prosperous, and had large flocks, female and male servants, and camels and donkeys. That's the end of our story. I've read Genesis 30, starting at the 25th verse down to the 43rd verse. So we read about Jacob and his brown lambs, and that's our color for today, brown lambs. We also read how he received them for his wages. Do you remember what other animal was mentioned in the story? That's right, a goat. Spotted and speckled goats, male and female. And toward the end, what other animals were mentioned? That's right, a donkey and a camel. Super! Remember, you can purchase this book and look at all of the pictures and reference it with the Holy Scriptures and read about the story. The link will be below. Well, that's the end of our story, and we learned about the brown lambs that Jacob had. So far the colors and the stories that we read about are red stew, green pastures, blue robe, and brown lambs. We hope you enjoyed the history in the Holy Scripture. We thank you so very much for reading with us. Merci beaucoup. Until next time, see you again. Bye-bye. Au revoir. Goodbye. That's right. Don't forget to like,